Hi VDC, this is Mark Tinkey. If you do know who I am, hello, I'm Mark. And I am in my little unboxing corner to do, I guess it's sort of becoming that. I'm here to do an unboxing. So Rachel sent me, I wonder what it could be. Rachel sent me another Wednesday, Neema, to unbox for you guys. So let's do that. We're gonna take her out of the box. I'm gonna show you in depth. We're gonna go over her, and then I'm gonna kind of show her next to some other dolls to show how she might fit into your collection with some dolls you might already have. And I wanna put her next to, or with, next, whatever, Elowen, the Any Wednesday Elowen, so you can see how they go together, because I think they're gonna be amazing. And I have a little hutch that I wanna put them in and do a little display with. So stick around for the end, because I'm gonna do that at the very end, to show how you might display this fantastic new doll. I know she's fantastic. We all saw Rachel and Christopher's video giving us a preview, but this is not the sample. This is a real life production doll. So let's get started. All right, shipping carton, nondescript shipping carton. Elowen box that I love, classic Elowen box, little metallic around her name. All right, so normally I will open her up and then flip around, but I'm gonna flip the camera so that you're gonna see the unveiling at the same time that I see it. So, be right back. Okay, so here we go. Oh, you know what? Before teasing, if you'll notice, I think if most people have been collecting Elowen for a while, they'll know this. But if you haven't been, and I know there's a lot of new people out there. These little sketches are Robert's illustrations of I think it's the first season, the first release of Elowen back in, I think that was 2006. So those are, like her original designs all over there. And then they're also on the tissue paper. So I think that's a really cool, it's kind of a little Easter egg where you might just think they're little doodles, if you haven't been collecting her since 2006. But yeah, I think it's kind of fun to stop and look at those. So anyway, moving on to, oh wow, that purple is so vivid. That's so pretty. Okay, wow. Okay, the first thing that strikes me besides the purple is the blue eyes. I think that is really, really stunning. She is so pretty. Okay, we have to look at the poetry card first. That's what I like to do. I love when the poetry cards are in color. I think that's really a nice touch. Really pretty. Okay, take a screenshot and you can read that. I'm gonna read it later. But let's get into, oh wow, she's really pretty. Okay. So what should we do here? Let's untie her so we can get the hairnet off and then see the face. Because I think most people like to start with the face. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Wow, she's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Yeah, those striking blue eyes with her skin tone. That is a really pretty lip color too. It's looking a little, well, no, that's pretty accurate on camera. I was gonna say it's a little darker in IRL, in real life, but it's really pretty. It's a neutral, but really pretty. And it's not so neutral that it's not a color, if that makes sense. It really stands out against her skin tone really beautifully. Really pretty. Okay, so let's untie her feet and her hands so we can see what's going on here. So, so obviously it's a color variation of Any Wednesday Elowen, but so pretty on its own. It's amazing how different it looks with just changing the color of the stripe in the blazer. I think that's really cool. I also am a huge fan of color variations in collecting. That's when, a doll is released and then they release another doll that's in the same outfit, but the colors changed, if people don't know what a color variation is. And I think that's one of the most fun things to collect. Here's this, and it's the same, but it's not. I love that. And even better when it's on a different doll, because it just has a whole different feel to it. Okay, her little blouse had come unsnapped. She traveled a long way, so give her a break, right? Okay, we'll take the hairnet off completely. Okay, her hair, so I have the Life's a Beach number 4. I think it's number 4. The basic Neema that has the afro. And we can compare them after I finish this, but it's definitely much shorter and tighter than that. Yeah. So it's definitely a different, I don't know if the color's different. I think this feels like it has lighter highlights in it, but we can compare later. But anyway, blazer snaps with the buttons on top. gray blouse, black tie, again snaps on the blouse, and then this great kind of wool or wool blend, I'm not sure, or it could be like a flannel too. It looks like a wool skirt. It looks like a beautiful pleated wool skirt, kind of maxi length, black tights. It looks like she does have 2 pairs of tights on. Let me see. Let's confirm. Yeah, so she has the nude hose and then the black hose on top to help prevent staining. She's got that same spider brooch. Yeah, very cool. All right, let's look at the shoes, because she does have different shoes. The Elowen, Any Wednesday Elowen came with boots, and another Wednesday, Neema, has Mary Jane's. Really cute. Little patent leather with a little side buckle. Oh, that's cool. There's a little tread on the sole of the shoe. I like that. Cool. Okay, let's put her shoes on. I gave you some shoe tips the last time. I was going to give you some this time as well. Sometimes it is difficult to tell which is right and left. I know on doll shoes, sometimes the difference is very subtle. So if you're really having a hard time, what you can do is put them on a piece of paper, trace the sole, and then it'll kind of see how it's definitely angling one way, and the way it's shaped, it's showing you that is the left and this is the right. So that's just a quick little tip. If you're really having trouble figuring out which is which, you can do that. I think that's especially helpful on boots or shoes that don't have buckles, because the other tip is if it has a buckle, that is going to go on the outside. I mean, I can't think of one instance where an ankle strap is going to buckle on the inside of a shoe, because when you think about how you put on a shoe, the buckle's on the outside. So that's a good rule of thumb too, is if you have a little buckle, that is going to go on the outside. Or if there's a decorative bow or something, that's going to be on the outside, because you want to see that. That's not going to be on the inside where it's not going to be shown. So slip her shoe on. Okay. You kind of have to wiggle it. There she goes. Nice. Let's do the other one. I think I'm going to loosen that up a bit. It's probably going to pull out, but that's fine. And then, I mean, you can see this is not the most delicate of poses, but this is how I like to do shoes, where I really grab onto the leg and then push and wiggle and kind of work it up there. And I don't push from the heel normally, because that's usually a more fragile part. These are a completely molded shoe base, so that heel is attached to the sole. So it's a little stronger than if it was just a glued-on heel, but still, as a general rule, you want to push from in the instep and not from little parts that are sticking out that could break. Then let's do the buckle. A really handy. I have done so many doll shoes that this is. I'm pretty good at it. I'm not gonna lie, but even I sometimes struggle with straps. So what you can do, what am I grabbing there that's not letting it go through? What you can do is get a pair of tweezers. Those are super helpful. Why are we, oh, I see. Okay. All right, there's a little thread that it was catching on that I was pulling instead of. I think I'm gonna follow my own advice and go get said tweezers. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. So I got these, I know I've said this before, these came in a car detailing kit, and they're great because they're not like your little cosmetic tweezers. They have a really nice big handle. So they're great for this kind of thing. All right, so, okay. And then through the other way. There we go. I'm also at that stage where I need to put things further away from me so I can see them clearly. I think some people out there can relate to that. So I feel ya. I get it. Okay, yeah, so there she is. I'm telling you, get yourself a pair of these. I use them when I'm sewing to help guide small pieces through the machine. They're amazing. Okay, put that up. Here we go. Oh, can you see it? All right, kind of using that to hold the buckle out too. But what I need to do is get the strap with it and hold. There we go. And you don't get a lot of slack. You know what I mean? You're not going to have a huge tail of the strap to push through the second opening, because you wouldn't want that when it's on to have, a big tail. Super cute. So Any Wednesday Elowen had the boots, and she has the Mary Janes. I love them. Okay, those are just a great shoe. They are different from the Mary Janes that Rachel just had in the shop. The shape is a little bit different, and I believe the buckle is different, and I think the tread is different too. So they are different, but I am of the opinion that you cannot have too many pairs of black shoes for your dolls, because I just always tend to grab towards them. I'll straighten her seams later, It's a problem in the 40s. People had to straighten their seams on the stockings, but we don't have that now because nobody wears stockings. But I love Mary Janes. I love a black Mary Jane. I love a patent leather Mary Jane. I think it's so cute. It's classic. Love it. It's just that's a fun shoe. So, and there she is. She is beautiful. Okay, because I know some people are going to say, what does she look like next to Life's a Beach Neema with the afro? So I happen to have mine right here. And there they are. So you can see, first of all, I kind of love what's happening here, where we have sort of one dark sister and one that's all rainbows and sunshine. So they may be fraternal twins in my collection. Kind of loving this. This Life's a Beach has a much darker lip, is really apparent. And then she has I don't know whether, well, they're brown eyes, but they're almost kind of a hazel to me. They're giving a little bit of, there's a little cast of green to them that my eye is picking up. So the eye color is really different. You can see the size of, now I have teased her out a bit. I can tell, like, even if you would tease this one out, it's not going to have the same size as this one. So, if you wanted a larger fro and a smaller one, that's kind of perfect because then you have two different outfits. I think you could also, if you wanted to make this tighter, more similar to the illustration, what you could do is spray it with some water, like spritz it, get a little spritz bottle of water, wet it, and then a little bit of hairspray. Don't use a ton because sometimes on the darker hair, it can, unless you know that the hairspray is not going to like flake and sort of fleck off. But if you have a good one that doesn't do that, I would put some hairspray on it, wet it, and then put a hairnet on it and really like sort of compact it down, and let that dry really well. And I think you could get a much tighter afro if you did that, which is really pretty. If you're shy about cutting it, if you don't want to cut the hair, obviously if you wanted it a lot closer, you could cut some of it off and then still do the hairnet. But if you wanted to just do the hairnet thing and didn't want to cut it, I think you could get some really good results doing that. I may do that actually. I think that might look really cool. And then you can always undo that too. You can always fluff it back out again. So, but yeah, I think that's really, I kind of love the idea that they're twins and one is darkness and one is light. And whoever you're feeling more related to at the moment, you can put in front that day. So that's what comes to my head. Yeah, but I think they're really great. They're different enough that I don't think you would feel that you had two of the same doll in your collection. It's these blue eyes for me. Man, really, really pretty. I can just keep saying she's pretty all day long. But I think what we're going to do is set her up with any Wednesday Elowen in a little display. And so you can see the two of them together. Great. Okay. Be right back. Okay. So here's how I might display them. I have this hutch. You can see it's just like two little shelves and it has, that sort of finial on the top. There's other dolls up there. Hello. Hello. That's earning her stripes up there. Anyway, yeah. So, and what I did was I took it's actually contact paper, or it might be considered peel and stick wallpaper, but I got that and put that in the back of it. And it's this sort of haunted forest, enchanted forest backdrop. So I think they're sort of perfect against it. And then I grew these pumpkins. I was so proud of it. I had this little pumpkin patch that sprouted up in my backyard. So I picked those the other day and they're perfect. And I think they're sort of my little one-eyed rabbit that I made. I sewed that little guy. I think that's really fun. You can see Rufus, some other things there. But I think that's just a fun little, if you have a little shelf or maybe you have a curio, you can just take a little section of one shelf and devote it to these two because I think they deserve it. Look at that. Those are great dolls. Look at those faces. Okay, that's really cool. I mean, if you see, I just love it. I love that it's the same outfit, but there's the color of one stripe is different. It's amazing. Oh, let me show the different shoes. Move a pumpkin so you can see. There's boots and Mary Jane's. Yeah, I love this. I know Halloween is over, but a lot of people do Gothmas, they're calling it, or Creepy Christmas, that kind of thing, where they still like the pumpkins and the spiders and all that kind of stuff. And I think these would be perfect for that. If you didn't want to do a full out Creepy Christmas, maybe you have like a little Creepy Christmas shelf, especially with the other two Wednesday inspired dolls coming out that are in the gowns. I think that would be kind of cool to have some maybe sparkly spiders and some silver bulbs, and put them out all together. So That would be kind of a rockin' display. And there's the beginnings of it. So I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed seeing her up close, out of the box, in an actual production doll. And yeah, so till next time, VDC. Neema is wishing you a happy Halloween, a Merry Christmas, and I think Wednesday is now my favorite day of the week. All right, talk to you later. Bye.